Guys, good morning, all of you. I give summary. What are the few aspects we discussed in the last session? So last session we discussed about inheritance, right? Inheritance. The purpose of inheritance, which is to extend the properties from one class to another class, one class to another class. Okay. Okay. One class to another class. We discussed about types of inheritance. Types of inheritance. Types of inheritance. There are five types. So first one is the single level inheritance. Second one is multi-level inheritance, multi-level, multi-level inheritance. Are you guys clear with my statements? Third one is hierarchical inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. And fourth one is multiple inheritance, multiple inheritance. And fifth one is hybrid inheritance, hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance. So from that we discussed about the single level, multi-level. Single level meaning only one level, parent to child. Okay, multiple meaning more than one level. There are multiple parents, you can inherit the properties from them. Next, hierarchical meaning only one parent have multiple child classes. They can inherit the properties from only single parent. Okay, these three we discussed in the last session. This we will discuss at the time of interface and abstraction, and if you understand these four, then you can easily write the hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance meaning combination of any two inheritance. That is called hybrid inheritance. Okay? Okay, fine, very good. Now, today we can start with polymorphism. This is the fourth principle in Java. So there are four principles. What are the four principles? First one is encapsulation. Next one is inheritance and uh, polymorphism. Abstraction. Abstraction. Okay. Now today we are going with the polymorphism. Polymorphism. What does it mean by polymorphism? The basic question. If you attend the interview, what is polymorphism? Can you please explain? What you know? Can you please explain? This is the basic question they will ask, right? Anybody? This is the basic question. Any topic? This is the common question. Polymorphism. Normally, what does it mean by? We can try to abbreviate this one. Poly means many. Poly means many. Next, morphism meaning forms. Forms. Okay. Now, what is the definition for the polymorphism? Definition for the polymorphism is if one object exhibits multiple behaviors based on the situation, multiple behaviors based on the situation, multiple behaviors based on the situation is called polymorphism. Is called polymorphism. Okay, very good. I will tell you two examples, we'll get the clarity on that. For example, I'm doing some calculation like a 10 and a 20. Uh, the value will be the 30. So here what is happening? We are doing the addition operation. We are doing the addition operation. Okay. And the same way, I am doing the two strings I am taking. Like first one is I would like to say some Raju, and I can take some Rani, Rani or some. I would like to take some layout name, some BML layout. Okay, and here what I am doing the concatenating. So the same symbol here it is doing the addition operation, and here it is doing the concatenation. 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 Okay, very good. This is example number one. Now I am going with the example number two. Example number two. So in this case, same symbol is doing the different operations. So for the in the case number one, it is doing the addition operation. In the case number two, it is doing the concatenation. Concatenation. This is example number one, and I am going with the example number two. In the example number two, for example, for example, I will take myself as example. Like so, if I go to the office, I will be act as a employee. If I with my family, I will be act like as the family member. If I will be at the training institute, I will be act like as the trainer. So different based on the different situations, my behavior is also changing. So that is the concept of polymorphism. So any object exhibits multiple behaviors based on the situation is called polymorphism. Okay, object is the will be its behavior will change based on the situation. That is called polymorphism. That is called polymorphism. So the example 2 is the same thing. I will write, if I go to office, I will be act as employee. Employee. Okay, next, if I go to institute, I will be I will be act as I will be act as trainer. And if I go to home, I will be act as family member. Me only the same person. If I go to home, I will be I will be act as family member. Family member. Are you guys clear with my statements? Same person. The person me only. Based on the situation, my behavior is also changing. My behavior is also changing. That is completely depends on the situation. So what does it mean by polymorphism definition? If one object exhibits multiple behaviors based on the situation is called polymorphism. I hope this is clear everyone, right? This is clear or not? The definition is clear or not? If one object exhibits multiple behaviors based on the situation is called polymorphism. Polymorphism. These are the two examples. Okay. So once you familiar with this one, next in Java, in Java we have two types of polymorphisms. We have two types of polymorphisms. Two types of polymorphisms. What are the two types? One is static polymorphism and second one is dynamic polymorphism. Second one is dynamic polymorphism. Dynamic polymorphism. Dynamic polymorphism. Okay. So what does it mean by static polymorphism and what does it mean by dynamic polymorphism? So the polymorphism polymorphism decides its behavior at compile time by the compiler. Its behavior, I can say, its behavior at compile time by the compiler, by the compiler, by the compiler is called static polymorphism. Is called static polymorphism. Are you guys clear with my statements? For example, so I'm coming to my home in my gate itself. So in my gate itself, I can decide which side should I go. If I go with the office, I will be act as a employee. If I go with the institute, where I am deciding in my gate, in my home gate itself, I can decide which side I want to go. Okay, if I decide like I want to go to the office, I will be act like this employee. If I go with the institute, I will be act like as the trainer. So where I am deciding in the my home gate itself. So similarly, in the static polymorphism is also, so polymorph it decides its behavior at the compile time. at the compile time. Normally Java program first we will compile and then we can run, right? In the gate itself, in the compile time only, the polymorphism has to decide what kind of operation it has to perform. That is called static polymorphism. Polymorphism decides its behavior at compile time by the compiler is called static polymorphism. Static polymorphism. Are you guys clear with my statements? The best best example for the static polymorphism is best example for the static polymorphism. Static polymorphism is method overloading. Method overloading. Method overloading. So I will tell you what does it mean by method overloading, how we can write the method overloading and all. Next, what does it mean by dynamic polymorphism? Dynamic polymorphism. Polymorphism, polymorphism decides its behavior, decides, decides its behavior, decides, I can say its behavior, decides its behavior at runtime, at runtime by the JVM, at runtime by the JVM, at runtime by the JVM is called dynamic polymorphism. Dynamic polymorphism. Are you guys clear with my statements? The best example for the dynamic polymorphism is method overriding. Best example, best example for the dynamic polymorphism. The dynamic polymorphism is method overriding. Method overriding. Are you guys clear with my statements? Best example for the dynamic polymorphism is method overriding. So at that runtime, the object has to decide what kind of operation it has to perform. At the compile time, it has to decide what kind of operation it has to perform. Okay. So we can go ahead with one by one. So we'll try to understand what does it mean by method overloading. Method overloading. Method overloading. Method overloading meaning it is the process of writing. It is the process of writing same method names, same method names, same method names, same method names with different parameters, with different parameters, with different parameters. Are you guys clear with my statements? It is the process of it is the process of writing same method name with the different parameters, with the different parameters, with the different parameters is called method overloading, is called method overloading. What are the rules you should follow while writing the method overloading? Method overloading. So here the first rule is the first rule is method name should be the same. Method name must be the same. Method name must be same. Next rule is parameters. We can take different parameters. We can take different parameters. Different parameters. We can take different parameters. Okay, we can take different parameters. And return type. Return type. For return type, we can take based on the requirement. Take based on the requirement. Based on the requirement. These are the rules we should follow. Requirement. What is the syntax? Syntax for the method overloading. Syntax for the method overloading. Public class. Public class. I'm taking some demo class, and from here to here. Not demo class. I will take the calculator as the example. Calculator. So we are doing the calculator, right? Addition calculation. Calculator is the class. So inside I am doing void m1 method, and it is doing addition. So here I am doing addition method, addition, and here I will take two parameters, int a and int b. Okay, and from here to here, this is the scope of the method. Next one is the void addition method. Here I am taking different parameters, int a and int b and int c. Int c. Are you guys clear with my statements? Are you guys clear with my statements? You can observe what is the difference between this method and this method. What are the changes you observe? Method name is the same. Next, parameters are the different. Parameters are the different. Parameters are the different. Okay. Parameters are the different. I can save this one as polymorphism.txt, polymorphism.txt. Yes. Yeah. Calculator, and so I will take ID and then I will write a program and show you. I will show you. You will get the good clarity on that. I'm open DevTools. In my DevTools, this is my IDE, and where I can go with the Eclipse, and then I'm opening. So here I will ask a few of the questions. You guys can please respond. And IDE. So this is the IDE. So here I can create one package which I mentioned. Here I can take one package name, can look for the package. Okay, and mention the package name is programs, any package name I am mentioning like polymorphism. Okay, very good. It created a project. No need project. I'm deleting this one. Delete this one. Simply right click on that, you will have the option, that is the delete option. Click on that, so it will be deleted. Now click on the src control N. Look for the package. This is the Java package. Click on that. Here you can give the package name like programs dot I can say polymorphism. Click on that, and inside can create the class. Control and look for the class, and I am creating the class, that is the calculator. 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 Okay, fine. Now, what are the rules? First rule is return type normal, you can take anything. Next one is the method name is the same. I am taking void addition method name. Addition method name, and here I am taking two parameters, int a comma and int b. Int b. Okay. So here I am doing the operation which is addition operation. Sum equal to sum equal to a plus b. Okay, and here I can take sysout statement, and inside sysout statement I can mention sum. Okay, this is one method. Okay, very good. Next, again I am taking one more same method, addition, and I am taking different parameters. Different parameters, int a and int b and int c. Int c. Okay, the same thing here. I am copy from the two statements from above the method, and I copied from here. I copied here, and here I can mention a plus b plus c, and yeah, that's good. Again, I can copy this statement from here to here, and here I can mention int d, int d. You can do, I am doing with respect to addition. You can do subtraction, you can do multiplication, you can do any operation. You can do any operation. You can do any operation. Okay, fine. Now, okay, fine, very good. Now my question is, here I am using same method name. So should I use different method name? Should I use different method name? Hmm? Hmm? Same name only. If I use different method name, can I able to run this method? Yes, you can able to run this method. Then why we are the guys are taking JDK people are taking the same method name? Because what it is doing addition. So the name itself it is telling to us the clear meaning. Addition meaning this method is doing the addition operation. And what the method this is doing, this is also doing addition method. And if I mention m1 method, then what is the meaning of that? It is also doing same addition only. But if you mention m1, that is not a code readability, that will reduce the code readability. Code readability meaning, in place of you, if any new resource will come, if they see the code, they has to understand, right? So whenever you are writing the program, so it has to increase the code readability. Code readability, so that is the reason. So one more, to increase the code readability, so we can achieve the, with the help of method overloading, we can achieve the code readability. We can achieve, we can achieve the code readability. We can achieve the code readability. Readability, you can achieve the code readability. So that is the reason. If I use m1 also, the method will work, but that is not a code readability. Readability, so you can mention addition. And I'm saving this program. And these are the which methods, these all are instance method. How can I call the instance method? By using by using object. By using object. So where can I create the object? Inside main method. I can take the main method, and inside method I can call the object for which class? Present class. Present is the which class? Calculator. Can copy this one. I am creating the object inside the main method. New, control C, and I created the object successfully. That I'm mentioning store again in some reference variable, and that data type is this one, calculator. This is clear. Now I am calling the method, addition method. Here I am passing the values. I'm passing the values, some 40, and this is the compile time, right? At the compilation only it is deciding. So here the object is doing the addition operation with the two numbers. Okay, its behavior, its work is, in this case, its object work is, it has to, it is doing addition of two numbers, addition of two numbers, addition of two numbers. Are you guys clear with my words? So the object is behaving addition of two numbers. Okay, that is okay, very good. Now I am going with the calculator, addition, and with three numbers. The object is behavior here, addition of three numbers, some 50, and some I would say some 90. And here object object work is doing addition of three numbers, doing addition of three numbers, three numbers, meaning, so in this case object will be act as a joint addition of two numbers. In this case object will be act as a addition of three numbers, addition of three numbers. Next four numbers also same. For example, I can copy this one and then I can paste here, and I can mention, here I can mention some 60. Object work is doing addition of three numbers, four numbers, addition of four numbers. This is clear or not? In the compile time only the object has to decide. For example, here if I mention minus, then it has to perform minus subtraction. If I mention all minus, then it has to perform subtraction. So in the compile time itself, the polymorphism has to decide, object has to decide, it has to perform two numbers, addition of two numbers, here addition of three numbers, and the addition of four numbers. I'm saving this one and I am running this one. This is the best example for the method overloading. Method overloading. This is clear or not? This is clear or not? This is the example for method overloading. Example. This is the example. This is clear or no? Should I explain one more time? Should I explain one more time? This is the program, right?
Clear.
Yeah. Method name is the same. And here also method name is the same. I am passing different parameters. Already you know what does it mean by parameters. Parameters are the values which will give input to the method and to perform some operations. So here we perform passing three parameters, and here we are passing four parameters. Four parameters. So here object has decided at the compile time. So here in this situation it is behave like as addition of two numbers. In this situation it will act like as addition of three numbers. In this case it will the situation is addition of four numbers. Based on the situation, object will behavior change. So object behavior completely depends on its situation. Okay, its situation. Are you guys clear with my statements? This is the addition of two numbers, this is the addition of three numbers, and this is the addition of four numbers. Object behavior completely it depends on its situation. Based on the situation, object behavior will change at the compile time. So if the object has to decide at the compile time, then such kind of polymorphism is called static polymorphism. Static static polymorphism. This is clear, I guess, right? Okay. So next concept we have method overloading. Method overloading. So what does it mean by method overloading? Polymorphism, its behavior at runtime by the JVM is called dynamic polymorphism. The best example for the dynamic polymorphism is the method overriding. Method overriding. Again heading, what is method overriding? Again heading, what is method overriding? Method overriding meaning it is the process of it is the process of writing. It is the process of writing same method signature, same method same method signature in parent and child class is called method overriding. Method overriding. Are you guys clear with my statement? It is the process of writing same method signature in the parent and child class is called method overriding. Method overriding. What are the rules you should follow while writing the method overriding? Rules. Rules for method overriding. Rules for method overriding. Return type must be the same. Return type must be same. Next, method name must be the same. Method name must be the same. Must be same. Next, parameters must be the same. Parameters must be parameters must be the same. Are you guys clear with my statements? And here, final and static methods we cannot override. Final and static methods we cannot override. We cannot override. We cannot override. These are the rules. While writing the method overriding, you have to follow. You have to follow. What is method overriding? It is the process of writing same method signature in parent and child class is called method overriding. Method overriding. Okay. What is the syntax for method overriding is I am taking two classes, public class parent and here I am writing some child public class child, and from here to here this is the scope of the class. Here I am writing some method void, okay, m1 method, and here I am writing some system dot out dot println, and here I can write parent class implementation, parent class implementation, parent class implementation, parent class implementation. Next public class child void m1 method. So here you can see here m1 method, and at the time of overriding, so you should be extends keyword, class extends keyword and parent. Okay, now I am taking the same method according to the rules. What are the rules? Return type must be the same, method name must be the same, parameters also must be the same. Okay, very good. And here I am going with this one, and here I am mentioning child class implementation, child class implementation. Now I can call this one, then which method will execute child? So generally I will tell you some real-time scenarios. So basically, when will you go with the method overriding? I will try to tell you some psychological examples. For example, uh, overriding, we are discussing about overriding. For example, there are two classes. One is the parent and second one is the child classes. Normally, I will tell some example with overriding. So after 6 months, you got the job, and you doing your job well, and financial also you settled good. So one fine day, your parents call to you, hey beta, घर में आ जाओ. We find we find one girl in our relatives. You come and marry her. Okay. So at the time, what we will tell to your father? Hey, Papa, no, Papa, already I have a girlfriend. I have already a girlfriend, so I will marry her. I will marry her. So at the time, what actually the parents has taken one decision. At the time, you are don't like your parent decisions. You want your own implementation. At the time, you can go ahead with the method overriding. Okay. The purpose of the I'm telling psychological example. Whenever you don't like your parent implementation, you want to write your own implementation. At the time, you can go ahead with the method overriding. Method overriding. This is clear, right? Next example, I will tell you one more example. For example, you are going. You can assume you are the student guy. I mean college guy. You are daily going to the college. You are daily going to the college, and you ask to your father, Papa, I want one bike. I want one bike. Can you please purchase one new bike? I want to go to my college. Okay? I want to go to my college. So, what your father tell to you? Beta, I don't have much money to buy a new bike, but I give you one suggestion. I have my old bike. I will give you that bike. You can modify according to the current generation and then you can use that bike. Okay. So at the time also what son he will do, he will take the old bike and he will modify the bike according to the current situation. Okay. So the thing is method overriding. Method overriding. When you don't like, when you don't like your parents' implementation, when you don't like your parent implementation, and you want to write instead of that, you want to write, you want to write, you want to write your own implementation, your own implementation, your own implementation. We can go ahead with method overriding. We can go ahead with method overriding. Method overriding. So I will tell you third example. There is a banks, right? RBI banks. Who is the father of all banks? RBI. RBI. So generally, for every bank, RBI will provide some guidelines, like for personal loan, personal loan. Every bank should follow the personal loan, like 14%. 14% meaning around 1.20 paisa like that. Okay. And for home loan, home loan, some 18%. 18%. 18% meaning around 1.5 rupee per month. Okay. This is RBI. So who is the father of all banks? RBI. Every bank should run according to the RBI guidelines. Okay. But some banks, what they will do, they will. This is the RBI guidelines. But some banks, what they will do, so they will change the rate of interest. Why? Because based on the situation, might be the rental charges and all of that bank, they will change the rate of interest. They will change the rate of interest. For example, we can take some other bank like some ICICI bank. Will take some ICICI bank. Okay. Uh, this is according to the RBI guidelines. RBI guidelines, every bank should follow this kind of rate of interest. Personal loan 40% and home loan 18% almost. Okay. But ICICI Bank, this is example, and it's don't like if you go with the RBI guidelines. So ICICI Bank it won't able to run the bank with these kind of interest. So what the ICICI Bank will do? They will change the rate of interest. They will change the rate of interest. So generally we will write the programs like this. So already some RBI guidelines will be there. So that is the already predefined parent guidelines. So according to that, we will change the rate of interest. Okay, based on their branch, their area, they will change the rate of interest. So what they will do? This is the RBI guidelines. They will change home loan. They will give the home loan at 36 percentage, 36 percentage, 36 percentage. Okay, home loan 36 percentage. This is the parent, but ICICI is not following the parent guidelines. Okay, they are giving their own interest rates. Like that, we will write the programs. This is clear or not? What is method overriding? It is the process of writing same method signature in the parent and child class is called method overriding. When you don't like your parents' implementation, instead of that you want to write your own implementation, can go ahead with method overriding. Method overriding. Method overriding. So in the last session we discussed about methods execution flow also, right? Method execution flow. Method execution flow. Method execution flow. Okay. Now I will write two programs. You can tell the answer. Okay. Here I am taking one class, which actually parent class. This is the parent class, and here I am taking method name is some M1 method, and here I would like to mention some message I would like to write. Parent implementation. Parent implementation. So this is the basic program actually. Okay, basic implementation. Basic implementation. Next up, I'm taking child class as well. Child class, and I'm mentioning like as the child class. And how can I make the connection between them? Extends keyword and parents. Make sure compulsory we need to use the extends keyword. Parent class. Okay, same method signature I'm taking from there to here. Take from there to here, and I'm paste here. I can paste here. Okay. Now okay. So for which class should I create the object? Always you should create the object for home. Always you should create the object for the child. Take main method, and new child object got created. Again that object I am storing in one reference variable. The reference variable is the child and the child. That's it. Now I am calling the M1 method. If I call the M1 method, which method will execute according to the method execution flow? Child method will execute. First it will look for the M1 method which is available in the child or not. If it is available, then it will execute. If it is not available, then it will go to the parent. In the parent also it will not available, then it will go to the object class. Object is the super class, parent class for all Java classes. So that is the method's execution flow. First it will check the child class. It will look for the method M1 is there or not there. If it is not there, it will go to the parent method. In the parent also it is not there, then it will go to the object class. So object class is the parent class of all Java classes, super class of all Java classes. That is called method execution flow. Now if I execute this one, then which message will display? Child class implementation will be displayed. Child class implementation will be displayed. Child class implementation will be displayed. This is clear or not? If I run this one, you can see here child class implementation will be implemented. So when you do same method signature, the bike is the same, but you are changing the modifications. You change the business logic, but method signature is the same, and you change the business logic. You change the business logic. You change the business logic. Are you guys clear with my statements? When you don't like your parent implementation, you want to write your own implementation. At the time, you can go ahead with the method overriding. Method overriding. Method overriding. Method overriding. So this is the example. So compulsory you should use extends keyword. With the easier relation only we can do the method overriding. Method overriding. Method overriding. So this is the example. Like this is the basic concept. So based on the concept you can write number of programs. Banks. Okay, this is the example. This is the example. Okay. So can you read all the document what we discussed from today? What we learned from today's session? What is polymorphism? Is called polymorphism. Uh, Next, in Java, we have two types of polymorphisms. One is static polymorphism Second one is dynamic polymorphism. What is static polymorphism? Polymorphism decides its behavior at a compile time by the compiler is called static polymorphism. Next, what is method overloading? Same method names is called method overload. Next, code readability. This is the example for I take in calculator, addition calculation like that. Okay. Next, what are the rules? Method name must be the same. We can take different parameters. Runtime we can take based on the requirement. This is the example. Next, dynamic polymorphism. Uh, Next, next. Mm. Next. Next. Okay, this is all about polymorphism. Polymorphism. Okay, you can go with the resources like Java deploy and Geeks for Geeks. You can go and then. So concept is the this one. Okay, examples that we will use the different situations. Huh? ఏదైనా యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు నేను చూపిస్తాను ఏ డేటా టైప్ యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు ప్రిమిటివ్ నాన్ ప్రిమిటివ్ ఏ డేటా టైప్ యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అనేది ఇప్పుడే కదా వైడ్ ప్లస్లో స్ట్రింగ్ పెడతాం అంటారు స్ట్రింగ్ పెట్టు ఏ డేటా టైప్ వాడుకో ప్రిమిటివ్ నాన్ ప్రిమిటివ్ ఏ డేటా టైప్ వాడుకో స్ట్రింగ్ పెట్టుకోవచ్చు ఇంటి పెట్టుకోవచ్చు ఏ డేటా టైప్ అయినా పెట్టుకోవచ్చు ఓకేనా అది స్ట్రింగ్ పెడితే ఇక్కడ జాయినింగ్ ఆఫ్ టూ స్ట్రింగ్స్ అవుతుంది రెండు స్ట్రింగ్స్ జాయిన్ చేస్తాము దాన్ని అక్కడ ప్రింట్ చేస్తాం అక్కడ ప్రింట్ చేస్తాం అది ఓకేనా అది ఈరోజు సెషను మీరు అసైన్మెంట్స్ ఏం చేస్తారు మెథడ్ ఓవర్లోడింగ్ మీద ఒక ప్రోగ్రాము నెక్స్ట్ మెథడ్ ఓవర్ రైడింగ్ మీద ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ వచ్చేసి స్క్రీన్ షాట్లు గ్రూప్లో చేయడం చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ప్రతి కాన్సెప్ట్ ప్రతి టాపిక్ కూడా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఓకేనా